Shove it, man!
Alright, it's The Hawk with a new episode of Ring of the Hawk Season 4. The show where we watch back a wrestler's short run with a company, and at the end we shove them a final grade to see if they can do the JOB to the HAWK. Holy crap, somehow I haven't covered Kurt Angle's final WWE run, so that's what we'll be doing today. To be honest, I'm not expecting much, but hopefully we do get one final good match amongst the turd. He did have one or two bangers in his final TNA run, so he was still capable, despite being incredibly broken down at this point. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. Today's video was also a Patreon request by Anthony Mickle Jr. If you want to make the Hawk talk, sign up today. Alright, it's Kurt Angle's final run where he suddenly had a son. Kurt returned to WWE at the start of 2017, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. He was also made the new general manager of Raw, and it was revealed he randomly had a son in the WWE called Jason Jordan. 10 months went by without Angle having a match, so we fast forward to October 2017. Match 1, TLC 2017. Kurt Angle in the Shield versus Braun Strowman, The Bar, Kane, and The Miz. 5-on-3 TLC handicap match. Kurt looks so goofy in the Shield gear, but that smile will always get you. The Shield and Angle surround the ring with chairs in their hands, and the match gets underway. The Shield start firing away on Strowman and Kane with the chairs, until they just start clobbering Kane on the mat. Dual suicide dives from Rollins and Ambrose onto Sheamus and Cesaro. Angle picks up a small ladder and he starts attacking Braun with it. The Shield look to put Kane through the announce table, but the Bar shut them down. Lots of chair shots occur and the Shield set Kane and Strowman up on the announce tables. Rollins and Ambrose set up ladders and they dive through their opponents. Angle just stands there in awe, looking around and thinking what he's going to do. The Bar trap Angle in the corner of a ladder and they give him a ladder super kick. The Miz and the Bar look for a Shield bomb, but Rollins and Ambrose are back on their feet. I'm not going to do this every match, but Angle hits a German suplex. Not once, not twice, but thrice, and it sure wasn't nice. Angle gives Sheamus and Cesaro a German as well. Now Kurt locks in his first ankle lock in the WWE in over 10 years on Kane, but Strowman is there to stop it. Braun sets up a table on the outside and power slams Angle through it. A bunch of referees come out and try to medically examine Angle. It might be a shorter run than we thought tonight. Angle starts getting help to the back. Whilst that's going on, there's a beat down on the Shield for a little bit until Kane tries to hit Seth in the back of a chair, but he accidentally hits Strowman. The match continues for a while without Angle, so I'm not sure why I'm even talking about any of this stuff. Angle's literally absent for 90% of the match, and this is supposed to be a return. Kane looks for a choke slam, but Angle's music plays. Hooray, Kurt is back, and he starts clearing house with a back body drop on Cesaro and an ankle slam through a table on Sheamus. Kane goes for a tombstone, but the Shield start attacking with chairs and saving Angle. The Miz hits the skull-crushing finale on Angle, but Angle kicks out at 2, and Miz dumps in his nappy of Anchor. The Miz attempts another, but Angle beautifully transitions it into an ankle lock. It doesn't work, and Angle's sent out the ring. Everyone starts hitting finishers, and so does Kurt. He hits the ankle slam on the Miz. But the main cherry on the cake is Angle with the iconic yell, and then they hit the Shield bomb for the free count. It was cool to see Angle have his WWE return. I just wish that it wasn't in such an obscure match and circumstances. I'll give it a C because Angle was the star here, obviously. Match 2, Survivor Series 2017. Kurt Angle, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman and Triple H versus Bobby Roode, John Cena, Randy Orton, Shane McMahon and Shinsuke Nakamura. What a star-studded Survivor Series match we have here. Should be pretty decent. Samoa Joe and Randy Orton will start out. Angle comes into the match about 8 minutes in, and he tags Triple H and himself after Bobby Roode attempts his DDT. Kurt Angle hits Bobby Roode with the triple German suplex and attempts the Angle slam, but then they collide for a double down. Nakamura sets Angle up on the top rope and gives him a knee to the gut, and everyone starts to get involved in the match as it breaks down. Angle tags in Strowman and he eliminates Nakamura with a power slam. Strowman plants Bobby Roode with a power slam as well, and eliminates him. Angle moves on to try and break up a fight between Joe and Strowman, and Triple H pushes him, and this is when Randy Orton takes advantage. Wiener hits the attitude adjustment on Joe, and then Balor, and then Joe again, and Joe is eliminated. Wiener and Angle have a cool stare down in the ring for a big pop. They feel each other out for a little bit and exchange some blows until Cena hits his comeback. Angle tries to lock in the ankle lock on Cena but can't do it, and Cena can't do the attitude adjustment on him. Angle then does connect with an ankle slam, but Shane McMahon breaks the pin up. Finn Balor jumps off the top on Cena, and Kurt hits another slam and eliminates Wiener. Wasn't expecting that. Triple H gets sent into the corner and Angle lands on his nutsack. Strowman tags in Angle's bald head and eliminates Randy Orton with a power slam. Good lord, this man is 3 for 4. Shane McMahon stands on the outside of the ring for a while. I'm pretty sure he would have been counted out by now. Angle tags Triple H and then Shane McMahon rolls him up for a 2. Angle hits an ankle slam on Shane McMahon and locks in the ankle lock. Triple H just can't stand seeing his brother-in-law in pain, so he comes into the ring and gives Angle a pedigree, and and Shane eliminates Kurt. Angle's team does eventually win after Triple H hits a pedigree on Shane. Angle had his moments in this match, but honestly the spotlight was more on Shane McMahon if anything. What else is new? I'll give it another C just because he eliminated Wiener and his team won the match. Match 3, WrestleMania 34. Tag match, Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. This is literally the 3rd time I've covered this match. Do I need to? I'll just do the Angle highlights. Shut up or I'll smack you one. Triple H and Angle fight to start the match. Triple H sends Angle running with an Irish whip and Stephanie pulls down the rope, sending Angle down to the floor. Big strikes from Hunter and he hits a cab driver slam on Angle. It's over. No, it's not actually. Angle attempts a hot tag, but Stephanie pulls Ronda Rousey off the apron. Triple H attempts the pedigree now, but Angle sends him into the corner and to the outside. Ronda Rousey manhandles Stephanie for a little bit until Triple H pulls the ref out the ring to break that up. Angle once again brawls with Hunter on the outside, and Angle looks for a German off the announce table, but Triple H tosses him away. After Rousey starts throwing hands on Triple H in the corner, Angle appears and gives Triple H a belly to belly twice, and then a German suplex 3 times. There's an ankle slam attempt into a pedigree attempt, and that leads to Triple H countering an ankle lock, and Angle with the slingshot into the corner. Kurt recovers and hits an ankle slam, but Triple H gets his shoulder up at 2.5. Stephanie's getting involved. Kurt catches her boot and attempts the ankle lock, but Triple H nails the pedigree on Angle. Ronda saves him from the 3 count. I love the crowd for this match. They're on the edge of their seat. Angle does manage to get the ankle lock on Triple H, but Triple H reverses it and sends Angle crashing into Ronda. There's a double pedigree attempt now, but Angle sends Hunter to the outside, and Rousey gets the armbar locked in on Stephanie, and she taps out. We gave this match an A for Ronda Rousey on Ring of the Hawk, but it's going to be a B for Angle. Obviously this match was to give Rousey a credible debut, and certainly teaming with Angle was a great way to showcase that. Match 4, Greatest Royal Rumble 2018, 50-man Royal Rumble match. Kurt comes out at number 16 for this match. Angle gives a German to Bo Dallas and then Primo and then Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler gets lucky and hits a super kick on Angle. Ziggler goes for an elimination, but Angle catches him for belly-to-belly suplex for the elimination. Kurt moves on to do pretty much nothing for a while until number 21, where him and Daniel Bryan start exchanging some back and forth strikes and yes kicks from Bryan. Bryan rolls out the ankle lock and Angle nails an ankle slam on Bryan, but then Elias eliminates Angle. Yeah, it could be a D, but I'm going to give it an S. I still expected better from the Olympic gold medalist here. Match 5, Raw. Global Battle Royal for a WWE World Cup tournament spot. I'll spoil it now. Angle is the conquistador in the gold. Acting GM Baron Corbin makes a whole bunch of jobbers and he says he wants them to prove themselves worthy of the World Cup. My favourite is probably the Belgian Waffler or this fake Sami Callihan lookalike. Conquistador gets out the ring through the bottom rope while all 3 jobbers try to eliminate Corbin. Thunder Montgomery tries to use the bronze claw and Corbin eliminates him. Baron Corbin's dumbass though and thinks he's won the match. Conquistador Angle continues doing a silly little dance waiting for Corbin to get in the ring, and then he delivers some Germans to him, followed by the ankle slam. Angle clotheslines Baron Corbin over the top rope for the win. We don't see that very often on Ring of the Hawk. I'm going to give it a D because Angle did nothing, but at least he won the match. Angle then takes off the mask and Corbin can't believe it's not butter. Match 6, Crown Jewel 2018, Kurt Angle vs Dolph Ziggler, WWE World Cup Tournament first round match. Angle has a whole lot of fireworks for his entrance. They most love him over here in Saudi Arabia. Ziggler and Angle try to out-wrestle each other with some amateur wrestling holds. Angle hits a belly-to-belly suplex and then a German on Dolph, and then another. Kurt attempts a third, but Ziggler grabs the rope. Dolph manages to counter a German attempt to the floor, but Ziggler drives Angle into the steps. Trifecta of German suplexes on Ziggler, but it's just a 2. There's an Angle slam attempt now into a roll-up, and then a planting DDT on Angle, but he kicks out at 2. The Angle slam does manage to land now, but Ziggler kicks out at 2. The straps come down as the beam kicks in, and he looks for the ankle lock, but Dolph maneuvers him into a Faymaster for yet another 2 count. We move on from that for Angle getting the ankle lock on Ziggler, and he keeps him in it for about a minute before Ziggler rolls out of it and sends Kurt's shoulder first into the corner. Is there a weaker submission than the ankle lock at this point? It only ever works when he does the grapevine. Dolph takes advantage and delivers the zigzag on Kurt Angle for a 3 count. When was the last time that move won Dolph a match, especially on Kurt Angle? It seems like this match was about to get good and then it ended. It's an S. Match 7, Raw. Kurt Angle vs Drew McDonald. As Kurt enters the ring, he immediately starts striking Drew in the corner. The bell rings and Angle continues the assault. McDonald with a Glasgow kiss to Angle which knocks him down to the mat. McDonald works on Kurt's arm for a little bit until he crashes into the corner and Angle hits an ankle slam, but Drew rolls to the outside as we cut to the commercial. When we come back, Angle hits a kick to the face of McDonald. Drew powers Kurt over with a belly to belly for a 2. Angle manages to counter a power slam attempt into the triple German combo and goes for the ankle slam, but McDonald buries him with a Claymore kick. He doesn't go for the pin though. McDonald is taunting Angle and playing with him. Angle looks like he's out of it. Kurt tries to get fired up and tries to take down Drew, but Drew continues to hammer away on Kurt's back. Drew taunts Angle further by grabbing his face, and eventually Angle gets so fed up he locks in the ankle lock, but McIntyre rolls out of it. Drew McIntyre gives Angle an ankle slam of his own, but once again he hesitates for the pin. McIntyre has Angle in the ankle lock, and he locks his leg around Angle. But Kurt can't take the pain anymore and he taps out to his own move. Great storytelling in this match. Angle did not want to give up. And at the time, McIntyre was being built up as a monster. You really did want Kurt to win here and get back into the match. I've seen a lot of comments on my video saying this should have been Kurt Angle's retirement match. It was alright, we'll give it a B. Match 8, Raw Handicap match. Kurt Angle, Chad Gable, Bobby Roode and Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin. Triple H and the McMahons welcome Angle to the ring to face Baron Corbin once again. Corbin's now just a wrestler, he isn't the manager anymore. We then hear there's a special referee and it's Heath Slater. The bell rings and it looks like it's going to be just Angle and Corbin fighting here. Angle hits the German suplex on Corbin, and Corbin gets sent to the outside. Triple H then stops the match halfway through and he makes it a handicap match. We then see Apollo Crews and the Raw Tag Team Champions Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, and they start jumping Corbin. Kurt connects with 3 German suplexes and he tags in his son Chad Gable. I know he's not actually his son, but shove it. All the competitors continue to attack Corbin on the outside. Heath Slater starts fixing the turnbuckle pads so that everyone can attack. Shane McMahon comes out now and this match has turned into a no DQ handicap match. Everyone has a chair and they start wailing on Corbin. Neckbreaker moonsault combination from the Tag Team Champions and a lowdown from Apollo Crews and an ankle slam to Baron Corbin, and that's the 3. I mean, this match was changed 3 times, but I guess it was fun seeing Corbin get his ass kicked. I'll give it a D. Match 9, Royal Rumble 2019. Wait, the second entrant for this match is... a wild slapnuts appears.
Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Kurt Angle actually enters this match at number 4. Not a good look for Kurt Angle here. German to Elias and a German suplex to Nakamura, and then Kurt hits a belly to belly on Elias. Big Angle slam to Big E, and Shinsuke Nakamura gives Kurt a knee to the gut on the top rope. Kurt is then eliminated by Nakamura with a knee to the outside. It's an S. Match 10, Raw. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Baron says before the match he doesn't think Kurt has one good final run left in him. You've got that right. Kurt smacks him one and the match is underway. Kurt gives Baron a German and Corbin with the misdirection clothesline for a kick out of 1. Corbin then goes shoulder first into the corner and Angle gives him a trifecta of Germans. There's an Angle slam attempt, but Corbin reverses it and hits a big boot. Angle retaliates by smacking him one and hitting the Angle slam on Corbin for the 2. It seems like the move gets weaker and weaker the more he uses it in this run. Kurt gets the ankle lock on Corbin, but he's able to maneuver him away and deliver a deep 6 on Angle for a 3 count. Wow, so Corbin can kick out of an Angle slam, but Kurt can't kick out of the deep 6? This match can shove it. After the match, Corbin gives Kurt an end of days to the crowd's distaste. Match 11, Raw. Kurt Angle and Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin and Drew McDonald. Before the match, Angle gives a promo about the state of his career. He gives us a highlight show from his WrestleMania match with Shawn Michaels to the milk hose. He also thanks the crowd for telling him that he sucks. Angle admits he hasn't had his best matches recently against Corbin and McDonald, and he won a gold medal with, you know the drill. It sounds like he's about to retire right at this point until Baron Corbin's music hits. This eventually leads to McDonald coming down to Baron Corbin's aid and they start to storm down to the ring. Braun Strowman appears and he starts brawling with McIntyre. Later that night we get our match and Corbin and Angle will begin. Angle tries for the ankle lock early on, but Corbin avoids it and Strowman bulldozes his opponents. Corbin pushes Angle into the ropes and Drew gives him a cheap shot. Corbin and McDonald now take turns attacking Kurt, and once again Kurt gets back into the match. He goes for the ankle lock on Corbin, unaware that Drew's tagged him. He then becomes aware and attempts the ankle slam on Drew, but Drew's able to counter and gives Kurt another ankle slam. Angle looks for the tag, but Drew locks in the ankle lock. Eventually, Kurt manages to roll out of it and get the tag to Strowman. Braun is a hawk on fire and he continues the clubbing blows on McIntyre. After a few minutes, Strowman hits a double suplex on both opponents and tags Kurt into the match. He gives Drew and Corbin a few Germans and he hits the angle slam on Corbin, but Drew's there to break up the pin. Eventually, the match is thrown out for DQ. Braun basically ruined this match for he and Kurt, and it ends with the Claymore to Braun on the outside, sending him over the barricade. They toss Angle into the stairs and they start taking the stairs apart. Corbin and Drew attempt a double choke slam on the stairs, but Strowman gives them a choke slam of his own onto the stairs. I didn't like this match, it didn't feel like it was about Angle, and he did nothing. It's an F. Match 12, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman and Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley and Drew McDonald. Strowman and Drew will start out here, but Angle shortly after gets tagged in, and then Angle tags in Finn Balor after doing basically nothing. Finn off the double down gets the hot tag to Kurt. Eventually Angle does get back in and hits triple Germans on Drew. Kurt goes for an Angle slam, but McIntyre counters. And then a rare move for Kurt, he hits the missile dropkick. Kurt hits the Angle slam, but Corbin breaks the pin up at 2. While the ref's back is turned, Bobby Lashley gives Kurt Angle a flatliner. Corbin covers him, but it's just a 2. Team McDonald take turns on Angle until Drew tosses him to the outside as we go to the advert break. When we come back, Drew calls Kurt an embarrassment and that he's nothing. Kurt gives him a slap and tags in Finn. Corbin knocks Angle off the ring apron before Finn can get the tag, and Drew gives Braun a claymore on the outside. After a distraction from Leo Rush, Bobby Lashley takes advantage and hits a cutter for the 3. But Finn Balor actually got his foot on the rope before 3. Another ref comes out and argues the decision for the match. The original referee then restarts the match. Angle and Strowman are nowhere to be seen for the second half of this match. Angle does finally reappear with a German suplex on Baron Corbin on the outside. The match is eventually won when Strowman hits a power slam and Finn hits the coup de grace on Lashley. Kurt was an afterthought in this match once again. It's an S. Match 13, Raw. Kurt Angle versus Jinder Mahal. The Singh brothers immediately distract Kurt Angle and Jinder takes control of a big boot. Jinder holds Angle in a working hold for a little bit and the match turns tied when Angle gives Jinder a German. 3 Germans for Kurt now and he knocks the Singh brothers off the apron. Kurt locks Jinder Mahal in the ankle lock and he taps out. Good God, the only time Angle has won a match by himself and it's against somebody who's doing the JOB on a daily basis. It's an S. Match 14, Raw. Kurt Angle, Finn Balor and Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley and Drew McDonald. I thought we already saw this match. Guess we're getting it again. Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman will start off. Kurt just stands on the apron doing nothing as Braun and Finn take turns as the legal man. Finn Balor eventually moves out of the way of a corner attack for McIntyre and tags in Angle. 3 Germans to Drew. Actually only 2. Nope, there it is. 3 Germans. Angle looks for an Angle slam but instead rolls McIntyre into an ankle lock. That doesn't work for him, but Angle gives Lashley a German suplex. Drew responds with a Glasgow kiss to Kurt's noggin. Angle recovers and tosses Corbin to the outside, tags in Braun. Running power slam on Corbin and the coup de grace on Corbin, but Leo Rush breaks up the pinfall at 2 by grabbing Finn's leg. Bobby Lashley eventually hits the spear on Finn Balor for the win. It's starting to get old now. Kurt isn't even doing any heavy lifting anymore. He's just a background character. It's an S. Match 15, Raw. Kurt Angle versus Apollo Crews. Angle thanks the fans for his career, and again it seems like he's about to retire. Again. He says he'll be having a farewell match at WrestleMania, but we'll get to that. Angle starts out with a big belly-to-belly on Crews, and Crews follows that with a dropkick. Angle hits the triple Germans on Apollo, and he looks for the Angle slam, but Crews follows it with an enziguri. We get a standing moonsault from Apollo Crews for a 2 count. Crews attempts the low down, but Angle moves and hits an Angle slam for the win over Apollo Crews. At least it was a fairly competent match. It was short but enjoyable. I'll give it a D because I'm a happy hawk. Match 16, Raw. Kurt Angle versus Chad Gable. It seems like this last run of matches Kurt handpicked his opponents himself, and honestly they aren't bad choices. Chad Gable offers a handshake to Kurt Angle and he accepts this. Seriously, could we get a Chad Gable solo run with Angle as his manager? Gable and Angle start to out-wrestle each other to an ovation from the crowd. Angle eats an elbow from Gable out the corner and then he sends him across the ring with a belly-to-belly suplex. Most of this match is wrestling holds and chain wrestling from both men. It's good to see Angle can still do this. It breaks down when Gable sends Angle to the outside. Chad Gable with a drop kick to the knee and he starts working on Kurt's leg. We come back from the break with Gable skinning the cat, but he runs into a flurry of clotheslines and a back body drop. Chad Gable gets rolled out of the sunset flip into the ankle lock, but Gable rolls him into a cover for a 2. Gable then rolls himself into an ankle lock on Kurt, but Angle rolls him into the corner and almost hits an Angle slam, but Gable spins himself into a DDT for the 2. Gable climbs to the top looking for a moonsault. He doesn't get it and Angle maneuvers him into the ankle lock. He then cinches it in with the grapevine and Gable has to tap out. This was probably the second best match in this episode. These two had some really good chemistry and a clear show of respect for each other. Maybe he should have retired against this guy. I'll give it a C. Match 17, Raw. Kurt Angle versus Samoan Joe. Joe reminds them of their TNA days and he says Angle isn't riding off into the sunset quite yet. Joe wants to put Angle to sleep one last time. Joe starts out with a headbutt on Angle and starts out swinging. Joe tosses Angle to the outside and dives with an elbow to Kurt's face. Angle counters a clothesline with 3 German suplexes but he can't get the pin. Joe with an atomic drop, big boot and a senton backsplash to follow up the 2 count. Kurt responds with an Angle slam on Joe, just another 2. Now Kurt goes looking for the ankle lock, but Joe turns it into a snap power slam on Angle. Again Kurt kicks out. Samoa Joe starts looking for the muscle buster, but Angle hits a missile drop kick on Joe instead. Kurt goes looking for an Angle slam, which is basically a waste of time at this point. but he can't get it and Joe hits a combination and a series of counters occur, which ultimately leads to the Coquina clutch. Angle rolls Joe over off the clutch and he steals the victory over the US champion. Kurt basically got his ass kicked for the entire match, but then rolled Joe over with a lucky pin. It's an S. Match 18, Smackdown. Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles. Yeah, he definitely chose this final run of opponents. We get a German suplex to start us off. Angle attempts an ankle slam on AJ, but he rolls into the calf crusher. Kurt beautifully rolls out of the crusher into an ankle lock. AJ sends Kurt face first into the turnbuckle, and all of a sudden Randy Orton appears and gives AJ Styles an RKO. Kurt Angle doesn't like that and hits the ankle slam on Orton for costing him the match. This was a waste of time. Two wrestlers such as this should have had a really good match. Not this piece of bird turd, it's an S. Match 19. Final match. WrestleMania 35. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Yeah, I've watched this one recently, but here we go again. Kurt gives Baron a smack to begin his final match. Kurt delivers a belly-to-belly on Corbin, and Corbin tries for his misdirection clothesline, but Angle counters it. Corbin gets dropped on the top rope, and that pops him into the ankle combo for a 2 count. Corbin boots Angle in the face. It's a very dead crowd for this final match. Now Kurt rolls for a powerbomb attempt into the ankle lock, but Corbin powers out of it and hits a deep 6 for a 2 count. At least he kicks out this time. Angle responds with the ankle slam, but Corbin of course kicks out too. Angle goes for the ankle lock, but Corbin rolls him into the turnbuckle. Corbin does the you can't see me, because everyone wanted Cena versus Angle as the final match, so now they're shoving it to the fans. Another Angle combination delivered on Baron, and Kurt climbs to the top. Kurt looks for his signature moonsault, but Corbin moves out the way and hits the end of days on Kurt Angle to retire the Perkmeister. It was cool seeing him try a moonsault in his final match, and he definitely got to have a farewell, but the match was pretty adequate to do anything special. You would have expected one final big moment, but we never got it. It's a D. It's maybe even an S, but I'm respectful of what Kurt managed to do in this final match. So that was that. For such an incredible wrestler, his career sure went out not with a bang, but with a whimper. Very depressing. But we're here to grade the entire run, so we've got to move past that final match. Honestly, a lot of these matches were pretty bad. It wasn't necessarily Kurt's fault, he just wasn't booked to be the main character. I think when he had singles matches against the likes of Drew McDonald and Chad Gable, he proved that he could still do stuff in the ring. And so for that reason, I'm giving my favourite wrestler of all time a D. But am I being too nice? And if you don't agree with that, shut up, I'll have your lives.